Hey guys, so I have finished season 1 of William Hartnell Classic Doctor Who, and I'm going to give my ratings for each of these episodes now. So, although I only have 5 of the serials in the set, I'm still going to go over them all, as I have seen them all now. So let's start off with the first one, which is An Unearthly Child. So, it was very nostalgic to watch. I think I can agree with most people that episode 1 is great. Episode 2, 3 and 4 are like unwanted Christmas presents, really. They came along, but they're not as good as the main one, which is the first episode. The first episode that started everything off. I think it's great. But yeah, I feel like 2, 3 and 4 slightly dragged, as did some more of these episodes in the series. I feel like the episodes 2, 3 and 4 didn't reflect on just how good that first episode was, so that lowers the rating. So I've given it a 6 out of 10. Moving on to the Daleks. So I think this episode would be better as a 4-parter. It's the thing that kicked off the whole Daleks. You wouldn't think it'd be this bad, but in my opinion, it is. It drags on way too much. Say if the Daleks had been found in say the Davidson era, they'd be forgotten about, because this episode wasn't that good. It drags on hugely. That's pretty much all I have to say. I don't really like the Daleks. It gets a 5 out of 10 for me. Fortunately, it does. Moving on to the Edge of Destruction. Now, I know most people aren't too fond of this. It's a 2-parter with a £0 budget. I mean, what do you expect? But I actually really like it. Voodoo-y, where everyone turns on each other, like very timid horror it was infringing on here. But yeah, I really liked it. It's a shame my disc doesn't work now, so if I ever have to watch it, I have to watch it on Daily Motion. But yeah, I really like it. I think it is definitely my favourite out of the first 3. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I do really enjoy it. So, 8.5 for the Edge of Destruction. Now, moving on to Marco Polo. Now, I don't have Marco Polo in my collection, as it is mainly just audio, and it would mean getting one of those custom cases that just costs so much more. So I decided to just give it a listen, and honestly, I wasn't impressed. I don't know if it was because I was just listening to it and just listening to something. It is a little bit odd to just be doing in your room alone, but yeah, it did drag on. Like listening to 7 parts, 25 minutes? That's 155 minutes of dialogue. Just dialogue, no images to go with it. It was really boring for me. I have to give it a 3 out of 10, just because I couldn't listen to it again. It's like going through torture. Moving on to the Keys of Marinus. I wish I had this DVD. I think it is great. I think it's awesome. A brilliant little 6-parter. I actually think, I know the budget isn't great, and you can tell there's quite a lot of camera mistakes here and there. But I like how kind of spacey it is, and how 1960s is. I think those worms in a jar are just great. Part 1, which was kind of the sea bit. Then there were the jar, then the jungle, then the man in the cold. The man in the cold... It's an odd thing to say, but the man in the cold was probably my favourite episode out of all of them. But yeah, it didn't drag at all. For a 6-parter, that's really good, especially in Series 1, where I can give you at least half of these dragged. So yeah. Moving on to the Aztecs, my favourite serial of Series 1. I don't understand why this couldn't be longer. I could easily watch this every single day. Now, I don't have the updated version, so we kind of just got this very big picture of Barbara and then just people in the background. But I think it's really good. I think the whole thing with William Hartnell getting married and stuff shows like almost a softer side to the Doctor that we hadn't seen in the previous episodes. or heard if you're watching Marco Polo. God bless you. And it also shows how enthusiastic he can be with the whole time speech. I think Barbara did really well in this episode. I think Ian did really well in this episode. I think her kind of fixed mindset on what she was going to do was brilliant. I think Susan was great. I think it was just a great episode in general. 10 out of 10. Best episode of Series 1. And Series 1 is a good series as well. Moving on, we have the Censorites. Now, I know most people don't like this. They feel like it goes on absolutely forever. But if you look past how long it takes, it is actually quite a good story with the whole poisoning the people and stuff. A little bit of a dilemma. I think it's really well thought out. Just not brilliantly made in general. I think they look a little bit silly, but believable once you see it a couple of times. Talking about not seeing it in a couple of times, I haven't seen it in a while. Purely because I don't think I have the time to go through it all. 7 parts? 7 parts. I think I'll... Do I give it more than the Daleks? That shouldn't be, right? I'll give it equal. What did I give the Daleks? 5 out of 10? I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Same as the Daleks. And then moving on, we have The Reign of Terror. I absolutely love this episode. I like the fact that William Hartnell's running around like a companion, even though he's supposed to be the one knowing all of the things. I don't understand why it is so underrated. I think purely the fact it's a historical, and that may drag people away, and the missing episodes aren't fantastically made. But yeah, I think it's a really, really good episode and a great way to finish off the season. Despite its dark topics at times, I think it's a nice, light-hearted episode, especially with, as I said, William Hartnell just being absolutely like schoolboy. Yeah, I think it's a great episode. I'll give it a 9. Yeah. So that tops off my Season 1 review. I've got all of these episodes to review once I watch them all. And then I'll review them all as it comes to it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like. That would be much appreciated. Leave a comment what your favourite episode was, your ratings, what you like and don't like about them. We can have a nice little chat. I'm willing to respond to every single comment. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.